Good morning, everyone. It's Luna Belt. Y'all, my hairpin just is not setting right in the back of my head. Have eyes in the back of your head. Anyhow, no wonder I'm being reminded of this. Okay, y'all, I know I got one thing for sure for Vernon Parish, but what I'm being reminded of is, it's kind of interrelated is what they're saying. What I'm being reminded of is actually two posts. One, I mentioned a burgundy SUV that I saw here, and I referenced, and I know it was misleading y'all, and it deliberately so it had to be for me. I'm sorry. Y'all, a lot of times when I channel, I'm not going to know what I'm saying until afterwards if someone tells me, or sometimes like in this case, right there at that second. And y'all, that burgundy SUV was actually the one that allegedly, y'all, these are all stories from my own personal perspective, my own personal story that allegedly ran me off the road. And it's also the one I allegedly have a picture of, taking a picture of me when they were following me. The only one who knew, the only two people who knew were my mama and my sister. But y'all, I say this is interrelated because it was actually through my mother and my sister and their connections and the people that were placed in my life, the targeting by the flying monkeys, the GSers, that I started learning the patterns of the corruption. And y'all hear my crow starting to talk here. Now, one of the, over in Vernon Parish, learning everything here first, made everything in Vernon Parish much easier for me when I picked up everything over there. Now, that being said, yeah, y'all, this, it seems to be like, it's almost like people use this as a carbon copy from area to area. But y'all, allegedly, y'all know that bridge. Someone mentioned Fort Polk in my comments section the other day. Y'all, you go ahead and investigate my ass all you want, honey. That's okay, I want you to. But you mentioned that area, and the memory you triggered is where I channeled the information about the bridge, and I was asking about the area of the buildup before the actual bridge. I would love to have visual over the sides of that. Anyhow, I know what side I already see it. I know some of y'all see that with me, but it's the area of the buildup that I kept referencing, feeling a vibration, a frequency, like something measuring. And y'all, it almost reminds me, I don't know what they're showing me is like a semi truck. Also, I'm being reminded of way stations. I don't know what they use, but I remember saying something about like measuring the seismic activity. You mentioned Fort Polk. Y'all, one of the things we have over here is the base over here is, well, it's the home of the pilot. This is where they do the helicopter training. This is where your attack pilots are. Actually, my late husband was one of the first aircraft mechanics that learned about the attack copters. He was so excited, I remember that. And y'all, he was a trustee on the union as well. It's one of the connections my sister liked. Anyhow, you see where I'm going with this. Anyhow, y'all, one of the things the farmers do in our area is they will lease out some of their fields to the military for their helicopters and whatnot to land, or their air traffic controlling towers. Is any of that over there, by that bridge? You know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering, because you triggered that memory, that thought. It triggered that memory of that channel when you mentioned Fort Polk. I just wondered, because I know those helicopters have come up quite a bit. And as for, and the Applegate, the hacker's den, hacking seems to be a big thing, and so does the targeting. But what I've noticed as well is that they like to target people who are grieving. A lot of times with romance. These are targeted romance things. I just now realized that a few days ago. But I wonder if that's one of the other patterns someone else noticed. But yeah, that's some of the things I've noticed. And y'all, this is all for entertainment purposes only, and for entertainment for TikTok. I almost said turkey. Curious things are curious things. But I can understand why that individual in the burgundy SUV was worried that I would recognize him, and I do. I do have that picture of you and your face. Anyhow, I think I'm going to leave that there. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, what I'm seeing, they're showing me that bridge, okay? What they're showing me is that bridge, okay? You go over that bridge. I don't know, but what they're showing me is go to the bridge. Is there a left-hand turn? Is this where the second left is? Is this where the second left is, or is the second left actually on the right? What is this? What is this area? And why is there so much fear, and why it was 6:06 on my timer. Ooh, balance on. Y'all, I really got really dizzy when I started talking about that, whatever is after this bridge. What is after this bridge? Why is there so much fear here? And is this the area where everybody would go and do their party time? What is that? There's a lot of fear there. What is this bridge? It's known for something. Does it have a name that people talk about, but everybody knows, but you know? Why am I seeing a rope there? 7:01. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Many blessings to you, blessed be. I hope that helps. Is there a Mississippi 8? I keep hearing Delta 9, but Mississippi 8. Please be careful. This is all for entertainment purposes only. West Texas, mind yourself, the weather event, as well as there's a small stream bed there. Also, Greenwich Bay. I don't know. A stone wharf. Whatever this is, I keep seeing a collapse there. Be mindful of that, okay? This is all for entertainment purposes only. I keep hearing Delta 9, Mississippi 8, whatever this is. Y'all, please be, no funny thing that I mentioned seismic activity before the bridge. So this Mississippi 8 or Delta 9, whatever this reference is, and I get the this has to do something with the Mississippi River, okay? So be mindful of this activity, okay? That's what I'm picking up. There's a lot of that. Many blessings to you, blessed be. And this is all for entertainment purposes only.